Mistakes were made.
10 million viewers. You have made history.
I never wanted any of this. It's over.
It's not over till I say it's over. Welcome to Schism.
Mondays. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Can I just have one day where something weird doesn't have to happen to me? Sorry, Frank! Well, that's probably an intro that I can give for this sort of a movie. Guns Akimbo. Directed by Jason Lee Howden, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Samara Weaving, Natasha Bordizzo, Ned Dennehy, and Rhys Darby. Set in modern times, surprisingly, when a crazy, psychotic game of kill or be killed using social media as its norm. Having our protagonist being thrown into the mix as just a nice guy. But is this movie really as insane and intense as its title suggests? Or is it just as fucked up as waking up in the morning with two guns attached to your hands? Let's find out. Kick it into the good. Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving are electric on screen. High mighty forces that are most likely high while playing this. Samara has this sort of weird feeling, loving to be there, but at the same time knowing that she has no other choice. But it comes across perfectly in the way that she performs it. And Daniel Radcliffe, well, we already know that he can act. Something that I've never seen possible. Literally playing from a gamer's perspective, he looks, acts, and feels just like a regular gamer that you would see on the street. Obviously, he has too many bags under his eyes, is always tired, knows a fair bit about technology, doesn't use any of those things to his advantage. And when he gets thrown into the mixture of the crazy chaos, if you like watching someone lose their mind, but also trying to keep it cool, then Radcliffe does the perfect job. It is so crazy, over the top, zany, and it never slows down. Like you've injected yourself with a pure adrenaline shot of fuck you with a side of gun-toting awesomeness. Funny as hell. More from a millennial standpoint, because this is obviously dealing with social media. Most importantly, cyberbullying. Hard to believe a movie called Guns Akimbo is to do with cyberbullying. But also has a few boomer points in there as well, to appeal to those that are a little bit older. As well as putting in that little sprinkle of political satire. Scrolling through your Facebook feed to see that the president's done another oopsie, or just being an absolute idiot in general. The music is a fun mixture of classic golden age vibes, 2020 electric punk and pop that you would hear nowadays playing on radios. But even then with the sound design, it feels like a video game. The different references and little things that they show. Something as simple as being bumped into and all the rings falling out. Going as far to actually put posters for some of the best shooters of all time. I'm surprised Bethesda didn't sponsor this. Maybe they did. And how it feels like a video game? Right down to the extra lives and some of the most unbelievable stuff you've ever seen. As if there is a health meter on every single one of the characters. But being a video game movie, it isn't animated and plays out how a gamer would see a movie. Hardcore Henry meets Deadpool. Keeps the guns blazing and the good times rolling. Shooting enemies and looking good while doing it. It's a beautiful mixture of action with some subtle underlying messages. But with each bullet that's being shot, there's always a few that backfire. Now, since this movie is so fast, over the top, and just insane, you think that the pace wouldn't be an issue. Turns out it is. There are times when it can be too fast. It's good that it never slows down, but it hurts the storyline. And because of this, action scenes, even words, are treated as little mumbles. The audience wonders, I'm confused, what just happened? And as fun as the music is, it honestly does feel like it's someone's Spotify playlist. Now, that might not be a bad thing, but when you've got someone constantly hitting the skip button every 30 seconds, it starts to get a little bit annoying. Even then, it was too short. This movie only goes for an hour and 30 minutes. They could have wrapped up so many of the different things within the space of 5 minutes and instead decide to extend it out. Most of the action that's on screen is only for about 45 of it, and the rest of it is just little jokes, innuendos. Isn't really as good as what the action is. When it comes to something this over the top and action-packed, gotta have at least 2 hours minimum. I mean, that's just common sense. It is quite unbelievable at times. People that are walking around town are honestly so friggin' stupid. Even cops. Really good repertoires does for being able to spot criminal activity. It's as if every single person is playing out like a 2000s PlayStation game. You just got the basic model down, but there's no emotion. There's no feeling. Random NPCs that are just expendable. And I wanted more from this living, breathing city, especially in a world that has an underground organization pinpoints two crazy psychos against each other. The movie might show a lot, but not enough of what you want. The final boss battle was a joke. You could put anyone in a shootout for the end of your movie, but do you have to have as much talking? Now, not leading into spoiler territory here, but there's no explanation for what happens to the characters. It's as if the director looked at his movie and said, okay, that's a good way to end it. He's gonna roll the credits, but then someone said, no, let's not do that. Let's throw in another bullshitting sequel that we always do with every movie nowadays. But won't that make people angry? Yes, it will. Have you seen the look on my face? That's pure anger. You're lucky these things are stuck to my hand, otherwise... Which is a real shame, because with as much zany, over-the-top action as it has, there's so many things that it's lacking. It's a good taste of something that I would like to see more. I had a good time with it. A lot of times I was laughing my head off until the very end of the credits. But when I was having fun was the best times. And if that's not going to be majority of your movie, then I think it's time to put down the controller and get back to work. That's why Guns Akimbo gets... Now, I always like to end my reviews with a quote from the film, and my favorite quote, without hitting the camera, my favorite quote was, I wouldn't do that if I was you. You just end up blowing your damn face off, and you'll still be depressed. You'll know it when you see it. But that being said, did you see it? Will you see it? And if so, let me know in the comments. Until then, I've been DeeJsee, and always remember, did you see it? Obviously someone put these on my hands, most likely because of the rating I gave this movie. It's like I'm gonna have to live with these for the rest of my life. Fishing will be a breeze now, and no one will be able to fuck with me.
Game over.
Aww.